Why are Africans, especially Nigerians, dying for one particular thing without even anyone knowing it? Do you know that the number of Africans, Nigerians that have died because of this one thing is more than a million plus? And this is the reason why. Africans are too rigid. That is why they die. Yes, you heard me right. Now, if you are wondering why I'm saying that Africans are too rigid, in life, you are supposed to be flexible, not rigid, because you are not a constitution. You are not a statute. You are supposed to be flexible. Remember the attributes of a living thing, which is shortened to Mr. Niger D. You understand? You see that what distinguish a living thing from non-living thing is the ability to move from one place to another. Now, what distinguish Westerners from Africans, especially Nigerians, is the ability to be flexible. Why Africans, especially Nigerians, become rigid? Now, before I continue in this video, I would like you to watch this.
In the late 90s, early 2000s, the biggest company in the film industry was a company called Blockbuster. Blockbuster was a $1 billion company. Now, Blockbuster was doing rentals, video rentals and all of that. But they didn't keep an open mind that a day was going to come when people will not have to enter a shop and buy CDs. But Netflix saw that streaming was going to become a thing. And Netflix offered Blockbuster, said, see, buy us, let's be your online arm. And Blockbuster laughed at them and chased them out of the office. Today, Netflix is the singular biggest streaming platform for movies. And Blockbuster is non-existent. They've gone bankrupt and they're out of business totally. If you're Nigerian and you're watching this, that means you definitely remember To Go. There was a social media platform made by Africans called To Go that had over 13 million users in 2011. To Go was not a joke. I can argue that it was going to become the biggest tech company in Africa. But you know what killed To Go? This same flexibility thing. They were not able to adjust to the technological advancements. Their app, their entire thing was built for Java phones, while the world was migrating to Android and iOS devices. So why didn't they adapt on time? The best thing you can do for yourself is to keep an open mind. Adapt to the times. Ensure that your essence and your core remains the same. Your principles remains the same. Your value remains the same. But the methods with which you deliver that value can change. Keep an open mind to change.
Okay, now let's revisit the transition between Blockbuster and Netflix. Remember, Blockbuster is just like a shop where you come do your rentals, buy your CD plays, or rent your CD plays. After you're done watching, you bring them back. Now, a company called Netflix was able to think outside of the box. Say, okay, with the emerging internet era, there will be a time people will definitely be in their homes and be watching and have access to all of these things online just by logging to some kind of website and all of that. And because they're in a niche where they have a parent dominant, which is Blockbuster, they decided to pitch their idea to Blockbuster. Blockbuster, being like an African, we are just rigid with their ideas and their business. And what did they do? They turned Netflix down. And today, what happened? Blockbuster is out of business. Netflix is now the biggest company. Now, remember, when Netflix was pitching the idea to them, they said, buy us, let us become your online arm. But they were too rigid. The same thing happened to Go. Man, the guys who were behind To Go were creative. But what killed them? What killed their idea? What killed people knowing their name? What killed them from writing their names in the stamp of time that every generation will come to know of them? Rigidity. Look at as of 2011, they have over 30 million users. If they just charge $1 subscription per year, do you know how much it is? So much money for an African. What happened? They were rigid. When applications and developers were transitioning from Java to iOS and Android, they were what? They were rigid. Now, having heard all about this, I also want to point something out to you that just happened recently. I see most businesses now having a POS machine of their own. In fact, there is one Akara vendor at Ebu, Owerri, where I used to buy Akara. That woman sells Akara. She sells Akamo. She sells Agede and other provisions. Do you know that that woman makes use of POS machine? Now, there is also one woman that used to sell food in that same Ebu, Owerri. She doesn't have a POS machine. What happened? During the cashless policy in Nigeria towards the election time, the Accra woman, seeing that so many people were not having access to cash, she decided to bring POS machine. So when you buy Accra 500, 1000, you just pay with your card. The only thing was that you have to add 50 naira for her just as charges. Now, unlike the woman who sells food, who said without cash you are not eating. So I will now go and use 1000 and buy 5000 naira and come and use it to eat at your place. At the end of the day, you end up selling that same money. Do you know that the number of customers that woman that sells food gets became drastically reduced to over 60%? Because of what? Because she was very rigid. Now, this Akara woman was having the best of patronage because people from road safety and all are sundry who knows that she accepts card payments, we are all trooping in, making her Akara to be sold out within minutes, her Akamo to be sold out within minutes, her Agede to be sold out within minutes. Now to you, Gen Z and baddies. You have been hearing about cryptocurrency since 2020. You have been hearing about Bitcoin since 2020. You have actually witnessed a few friends, relatives, and distant people make life-changing money from this same thing, either from airdrop, Web3 jobs, or by investment, or by trading of these assets. But you have said you will not. Do you want to be the Nigerians who are trooping into the POS business now, whereas people who really made cool cash from POS business were people who accepted the idea ways back? Now, I want to tell you that that business that is fetching you money now, you need to have a certain amount of money that is for that business and that business alone. What I mean is, when somebody wants to rate that your business, they will say, okay, this business is worth 10 million because what is in the business account of that your business is 10 million naira. Now, with the current depreciation of our denomination of our currency, exchange rate last week was 1,690. This week it is almost 1,800 naira. You see how fast it is deteriorating. Don't you think that you should invest in cryptocurrency because your return on investment will always be in dollars, which means you are far away inflation. You are using crypto as a hedge against inflation, and you are also using it as an asset which will possibly increase or decrease in value as time may have it. Now, let me tell you, if you refuse to get into the crypto space now, especially now that you have been hearing about the crypto bull run that is going to happen immediately after the US election, let me even ask you, do things actually bother you? Do you actually think out of the box? Have you asked yourself, why is the American presidential election being the most talked about election in this time, in this season? What are the reasons? And what are the implications? You are just dumb. You are just believing that because maybe your business is getting you 500, 1 million, 2 million naira monthly, that you're okay. My brother, my sister, go and check that uncle that said in the year 2018, he deals in granite bags. He uses 2.4 million naira to buy 800 bags of granite. But currently, that same 2.4 million can only buy 40 bags of granite. Did you see the deflection? Did you see the inflation? Did you see the way the money have lost value? That his 2.4 million lost value 20 times plus. Now, if you are not careful, your money, in fact, will lose so much value that it will be worthless. Remember, if you lent somebody 1 million naira last year, if that person is coming to pay you this year, please do not collect 1 million naira, because what your 1 million used to buy last year is no longer what is going to buy this year, because as the day goes by, your purchasing power keeps going down. Now, let's come to this. If you want to go into the crypto space, you want to invest, you want to buy, you want to use it as a hedge against inflation, and you don't know any person to run to who will put you through, I am here, just a DM away. So, guys, I wish you good luck as you turn from being rigid to transitioning into being flexible. I'm telling you that this will be the best decision you will ever make in this year 2024. God bless you guys as I see you in Dubai next year.